Anybody in here could wear the mask and be the villain. Male, female, any race, so-called race, you know what I mean? It's about where you coming from your heart, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the message, what you got to say, you know what I mean? So that's mainly why I chose to bring the mask into the fold.
MF Doom is one of the most unique hip-hop artists of all time. He has a reputation for great beats, perfect flow, and also faking his concerts.
Dude, that shit's fucked up. You need to put a CD. That signal, that unit's fucked.
Great one, man. And ironically, despite wearing a mask so that people focus more on his music than him, he's managed to accidentally create an iconic image in hip-hop, which is why people were so heartbroken when he sadly passed away in the 31st of October 2020. Although he's now passed away, his dignity still stays the same. That's why today we'll be discussing how MF Doom went from rags to riches, and then to rap snitch knishes. This story is quite a sad one though. It starts in Long Beach, New York, where MF Doom, or more known at this time as Daniel Dumile, grew up. As a child, Dumile was a fan and collector of comic books. The one thing we all know about MF Doom is that he's obsessed with comic books. His albums are full of references to old cartoons and comics.
Enough you talk of the people's rights. The people have only those rights which I choose to give them.
The best part of all. I'm working for the biggest group of villains this world has ever known.
Dude, gosh, I wish I'd brought my autograph book.
Your attempts at humor bore me.
Right, Leadhead.
And he was so obsessed with comic books, his friends and family called him the nickname Doom, as it was a play on his surname Dumile. But despite this nickname being given to him, this wasn't his original rap name. In the year 1988, Dumile started his rap career, and decided to go by the rap name of Zev Love X. This rap name he formed a group with his younger brother DJ Subrock and one of his close friends Roden. This group was called KMD, which stood for Causing Much Damage, and alternatively stood for a positive cause in a much damaged society. Before they dropped any albums, Zev Love X was invited to rap on the Arsenio Hall show in 1990, which he accepted. This is probably the earliest recording of MF Doom rapping we have. Let me know in the comments if you can find any earlier ones though.
Can either be a smile or a smirk when a pair's a monkey wrench to work was clockwork. Hercules brim to the rim of my cup. Don't test your M. So fill her up. As I'm talking Corfield, Homo. Issue local cash or credit for a letter. That's a no-go. KMD and third base is just ace in the hole. I mean so make the gas fade.
The group then went from 1991 to 1993 and made two albums, Mr. Hood and Black Bastards. Despite these two albums not being the greatest peaks in their careers, things were looking good. The albums they had produced were far from bad, and there was an obvious potential for all of them. All was looking good until just before the release of the second album, Black Bastards. Unfortunately, Sub Rock had been found dead. The cause of death being hit by a car. He attempted to cross the Long Island Expressway, which is one of the deadliest stretches of road on the 495. This death marked the end of the KMD group, and Zev Love left the hip-hop scene from 1994 to 1997. With this, his rap name was thrown away, and Zev Love X never came back again. Now back to regular old Dumile. He was having a hard time trying to cope with losing his brother. He suffered from depression and was pretty much homeless. He would spend his time walking the streets of Manhattan and sleeping on benches, until finally in the late 1990s he settled in Atlanta. From interviews he said he was recovering from his wounds, and he was swearing revenge against the industry that so badly deformed him. Now, is it me or does that sound exactly like something a villain would say? Many years went by since the death of Dumile's brother. He began to slowly work his way back into the rap game. He began to freestyle without having any identity at the New Yorkers Poet Cafe. At this time, he decided to conceal his face by wearing tights over his head, until eventually, an idea sparked his mind. He remembered his childhood nickname Doom and his love for comics, and he decided to combine his passion for comics with his now upcoming rap career. Now, MF Doom had been formed.
Yeah, the whole mask thing, really, it's a time in hip-hop where things, from my point of view, started going more to what things look like opposed to what things sound like. We ain't know what MCs look like until we went to the party and seen them rocking, you know what I'm saying? Or seen them, most of the time you see them rocking at a show before you even knew, you know what I'm saying? What I did was I said, all right, look, I'm gonna come with the angle of, it don't matter what I look like, You know, it don't matter what the artist look like. It's more what the artist sound like. So the mask really represents the whole like to rebel against the trying to sell the product as a human being. You know what I mean?
He also created a mask based between the character Maximus from Gladiator and Doctor Doom from the Marvel Comics. Doom then decided to release his first LP under his new rap name. It was called Operation Doomsday, and if you're a fan of MF Doom, you've definitely heard of this album before. The album did tremendously well, and even recently from the New York Times in 2021, it has been described as one of the most how do you say that, man? Idiosyncratic. One of the most idiosyncratic hip-hop albums of 1990s, and one of the most defining documents of the independent hip-hop explosion of that decade. In 2001, Doom began to release his Special Herb instrumental series under a different persona, Metal Fingers. Later, one of these tracks would be used for future songs. 2003 to 2004 was MF Doom's best segment of his career. He released King Ghidra, Victor Von, and his two most popular albums, Food and Mad Villainy, which were released in 2004. To this day, Mad Villainy is now considered to be one of the best rap albums of all time. In the album Food, the track Con Carne is dedicated to Doom's brother and is passing away. From 2005 to 2009, MF Doom performed collaborations with Cartoon Network's Adult Swim, making an album called The Mouse and the Mask, which featured various voice actors from its programs, especially Aqua Team Hunger Force characters. He also released Born Like This, which did get some backlash due to his controversial track Batty Boys. However, this did not affect Doom's career very much. Everything was going so well for Doom. He was finally getting the attention he deserved. Until 2017. It's December 18th, and Doom's son, King Malachi Ezekiel Dumile, who was just 14 years old, had passed away. The cause of his death was never revealed, and this isn't really a surprise since Doom usually kept his personal life very quiet. The most likely theory is that he died from complications relating to his medical condition. His death was mourned by Doom on social media. He said, "The greatest son one could ask for. Safe journey, and may all our ancestors greet with open arms. One of our great inspirations. Thank you for allowing us to be your parents. Love you, Mally." But things only got worse. And in the 31st of October 2020, Doom himself was found dead. Again, the cause of death was never provided, but there were some theories. Some people believe that he just killed himself because the cause of death was never provided, but there's no evidence to support this. Someone online who claimed to be MF Doom's cousin on Reddit has also claimed that he has died from embolism, and some other people believe that it was related to COVID-19. But come on, it's Reddit, man. His death was announced on Instagram just like his son's, and it was confirmed by his record label afterwards. His wife made a post which read, "To Dumile, the greatest husband, father, teacher, business partner, lover, and friend I could ever ask for. Thank you for all of the things you have shown, taught, and given to me. Our children and our family. Thank you for teaching me how to forgive beings and give another chance. Not to be so quick to judge and write off. Thank you for showing how to not be afraid to love and be the best person I could ever be. My world will never be the same without you. Words will never express what you and Malachi meant to me. I love both and adore you always. May the all continue to bless you, our family and the planet." As well as his wife, Doom's fans were devastated by this news. He was also quickly recognized by other people. I'm gonna murder this cat. He was also quickly recognized by other people involved in the rap game too. Lloyd Banks posted, "Rest in peace MF Doom," and Madlib said that he only found out because it was posted on Instagram, and he was so confused as to how he just died out of nowhere. MF Doom was remembered as one of the greatest rappers of all time, and definitely still an underrated one. First he had his brother taken away from him, then his son, and then finally his whole life.